Okay, Bricky, I'm going to ask you to put your hands like this. So I have space here. Oh, hands down, hands down. All the way down like so. So we're going to do a big double column tie around all of this structure here. Coming in, and it's always difficult when you're tying something conical because it kind of, when you tighten, it wants to pop off. So we always have to make sure that we're pulling the ropes upwards. So making use of our pinch and pull technique. Oh, hands down. Okay, grab more rope to do it. Okay, tightening down. When I'm tightening, I'm kind of pulling up towards Bricky's face with my hands, and that's just to make sure that like the ropes tighten properly and don't just slip down when I'm tightening, okay? That's a useful transferable technique that we use a lot. Pinching here, and then doing our double column tie. So I'm going to pass the ropes down between the elbows and back up, passing the bite back through and pulling tight. Just going to avoid pinching your skin because I probably will pinch you otherwise. I'm just easing the ropes through the skin there to make sure there's no pinches because that's pretty nasty. And then tying once, tying twice. Like so, and we can see if I lift this, you can see the double column tie on the other side. So we did catch this, we kanukied the whole thing together. So we have a tie like this. This can be used as a standalone tie. If you are used to doing suspension techniques, you can use this as leverage, like this, to apply some leverage to the body. But you can also use this as a starting point for other ties. For example, coming around and doing wraps around the body here. With a friction there, for example. Okay, these are all techniques you can do after this tie, but the tie also works very well as a standalone tie. Okay, untying, simply untie the top knot, pull out the kanuki, and release the wraps. Thank you, Bricky.